My name is Josh Sneider. I'm a dialogue mixer here at Pacific Sound Services. I primarily mix dialogue here on TV, small movies, various other projects that come through. Right now we're working on Charmed for the WB, as well as Seventh Heaven, another popular show. I do the Raven show on the Disney Channel, which is a big hit, and various other projects. I was a musician, high school, college, and enjoyed playing as well as producing music on my own. I wanted to get into the music business. At the American University, they did an audio program where we studied sound, acoustics, electronics, physics, this sort of thing. There was music as well, music theory. I was a keyboard player and came out to LA to make records. I primarily started making music. Did that out of college and had a great time here in LA for a while, and then realized that the hours and the lifestyle of the music industry weren't what I had hoped for. And so I found that the audio post industry was a lot better long-term job. Then the studio I was with transitioned to audio post-production for TV and film, and I kind of rode along and learned that game, and have continued with that ever since. It more or less evolved from making records and music. I enjoyed working with the equipment, with people and the gear. The creative aspects of it were great, and then basically gradually transitioned from the music industry into the post industry. Similar techniques, but a little different end goal. Yeah, and found that it was another creative aspect of doing sound where you can make a living, be creative, and have a good time. Primarily I mix dialogue. The shows here at this facility are usually a three-man mix. There's a dialogue mixer, an effects mixer, and a music mixer. I sit in the middle chair here and focus mainly on the dialogue, making sure that it's as clean as it can be, the edits sound good, it's loud enough to be understood clearly on the air. I as well kind of drive the show as the lead mixer and interface with the clients and make sure the entire project is seen through with quality control from the beginning to the end. I'm pretty much the last stop in the audio chain. The buck stops with me. Yeah, interfacing with the client is very important. Preferably starts before they hit the dub stage here. Getting to know what their goals are, what their time frame is like, their budget restrictions are, what the project's about, their creative ambitions, and then what quality of raw material we have to work with. And that'll give me some idea of what we need to do to make it sound as good as it'll sound on the air. So getting to know the client and the project is real important. And during the session, there are inevitably problems that occur, and a lot of my job is to stay calm and solve the problems with minimal panic, while possibly behind the scenes panic is occurring. Here on the dub stage, we try to make the client feel comfortable that everything is under control. The smoke coming out of the mixing board is a normal condition. Just smile and nod and make the client feel comfortable. As a mixer, I use whatever tools are available. You know, at this particular facility, we use cyber frames. The Waveframe Cybers are the systems you see here, as well as Pro Tools. Pretty much I can mix from any source through just about any mixing board to any destination recorder. So we're flexible in that respect. These days it's generally all hard disk recording. The sounds are played off of computer hard disks, mixed through a console like you see here, and then re-recorded onto another hard disk system. A lot of what is happening today is Pro Tools based. They play the sounds out of Pro Tools, we mix it on a console similar to this, and then shoot it back onto another Pro Tools system. That's commonly the way things are done. Here at this facility, we record from the Waveframes and the Pro Tools onto Tascam MMR8s, which are digital hard disk recording systems. We generally shoot 24 tracks, and we can play hundreds of tracks as source units, mix them down, and basically send them to the broadcast as a 2-track mix, sometimes a 5.1 or a 4-channel surround. Generally, I think being a musician does help. It gives you certain creative sensibilities that allow you to do a better job. It gives you a good foundation in the understanding of the use of these tools. And it's a fun way to learn audio. You know, it's a lot more fun than putting up a dialogue track in your home computer and editing that. So certainly learning the equipment is a good way to start. It's essential to start. Trade schools certainly would help. There's a lot of technical stuff to be learned, And basically, the more knowledge you have going in, the better you'll be up against other people applying for the same job. I went to a 4-year school. I have a BA in audio technology, but there are many shorter programs that are certainly adequate. But again, it's learning as much as you can is real important.